DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the Hart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Earlier this month, the Clinton Board of Education approved the hiring of Chuck Nagel, a former educator in the district, to be the interim superintendent. As Nagel takes over the reins of the district, some major transitions are underway, including but not limited to finding a new administrative team at the high school and 2 elementary school buildings being restructured this summer. Nagel admits there's a lot of information to be gathered as the new school year approaches in a few weeks.
There's a lot of information to be gathered. I absolutely have the mindset, and hopefully people do. We're living in the present now. We got to go forward. We have to be honest in our appraisal of what's been done in the past as far as, I don't know, what the thought process was and what the goals are going forward. And so we'll deal with all those things. And I think the key there is to support the processes, right? So to support whatever it's going to take and guide if that's needed to replace the people leaving, and to listen to people if there are better ways of doing things or different ways of doing things. And gather all that information and then make decisions based on that. I have great respect for the community, the schools, the people that work in it. Even though I haven't met a lot of them yet, I know this place. I feel like I know this place. And together, we're going to make decisions that are going to have a positive impact on student learning, as well as all the other processes that are involved around that. Our job is to help the young people, give them the tools to have a great experience and be able to meet their goals.
The Board of Education will be seeking a new board member after last week's announcement of the resignation of John Heinlein. Nagel indicates there are many challenges they are planning to face head on.
We plan for that, and whatever changes, whether it's on the school board or it's where we park, whatever the changes might be, we move forward with those changes if they've been made. Things that we can't control, and we make it into the most positive situation that we can. And I'm sure it will be. This place is resilient, proven over the years. And some of the things that we're going through right now, and the change is not uncommon or is not unique to Clinton, Illinois, or Clinton Schools 15. Hopefully a little bit of my experience, if not more than that, can help guide some of that stuff. But we're here. We're very, very busy right now, and we're going to keep going onward and upward.
Among the challenges facing the district are poor test scores. For Nagel, whether they can improve those scores in a year or not, it will require a team effort to improve them.
Well, I think it's a group effort, right? I think that I do bring some experience in all these areas, and I can share some ideas. And is it an overnight thing? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Dr. Tracy Donis, who is now the coordinator of curriculum and learning, is just a tremendous individual, very, very knowledgeable. We are addressing, as I sit here, some of those concerns. So the impact is, let's get us all rowing in the same direction. Let's talk to all the stakeholders involved, including the students, right? And let's see where we can make those improvements. So it's a team. It's absolutely a team effort. To say that myself or any other interim superintendent can turn this thing around tomorrow, we'll hope that can happen. But it's a much larger process. And the only way to get it done by engaging everybody. Once again, not to be redundant, but staff, administrators, board, families in our community, students, etc.
Nagel calls Clinton home and is looking forward to getting reacquainted with it again.
Like everything about this place, it's home. There's so much enthusiasm, and there's so many people willing to, if I can put it that way, and motivated to continue to do the things we do well and improve on the things that we don't. It's been a short time, and I've only, as I said before, been able to get acquainted with a smaller group, but so positive. I'm so excited at this opportunity because of that. So I see the involvement of the community around the school, and the community, I think, believes that the schools are vital, and schools are vital in every community. And I've met a few people that even work here that I had as athletes and students, and to see them mature, see them now after they've matured, and such great individuals. So there's lots of things I like about this community. And I'm looking forward to getting reacquainted with it as well.
Nagel comes to Clinton after the Board of Education and previous Superintendent Drew Goebel agreed to part ways. Nagel was an educator and coach in the district for nearly 15 years before moving on to administrative positions in the Peoria area. Whether you are the student or the parent, paying off loans for tuition can be a very tall mountain to climb. Connie Miller with the DeWitt Savings Bank urges parents and students to do the research and come up with a plan on what kind of loans they qualify for and which ones are smart to take out.
When you're picking, if you decide that you do want to go to college, and a lot of parents sort of push kids into going to college because that's what they were told when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain careers that do require a degree, like a nurse or a doctor or school teacher.
Right.
Yes, you need to go to college, but you don't have to go into debt to do that. Because the worst thing to do is you graduate from school, you're all excited, you get your big boy, big girl apartment, you're starting your job. 6 months later, you have to start paying your student loans. And that's not fun. Well, one thing I would like to caution, because I have every single year that I've worked here in Clinton, I have a parent calling me in August freaking out because their kid's at school and they just found out they don't qualify for a Parent Plus loan. And it usually will be like poor credit, or their income, debt to income is too high and they can't get the loan. And that's a horrible feeling. So do the research before you decide to do that. Your kid does not have to have the quintessential college experience. They need it. It's an education, and they're going to get experience even if they live at home, go to school online. They will live, but, and also that's jeopardizing your future when you do Parent Plus loans. I work with people all the time who are in their 60s and 70s and they still have student loans for their kids.
Miller says paying off your loans as fast as possible is the best option to avoid paying more over time due to interest rates.
Regardless of what plan you go into, there are teacher forgiveness programs too, pay it off as quickly as you can. You don't want that boat anchor on you. Before we got on the air, we talked about a lady I met with, and she owed about $20,000. It was her balance when she left school. She's been out of school almost 17 years, and she's paid over $30,000 in interest on those loans. Really, if you can spend that summer after you graduate and just start throwing cash, live at home if you can, or get some roommates, just pay off those loans, because it's like handcuffs as you go into the rest of your life. And let's say you get married, your spouse both have huge student loan payments. That just kills you.
Miller notes that there are even some online opportunities that allow unlimited courses for a certain period or a fee, allowing you to graduate faster for cheaper. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWitt County's #1 source for news, sports, police blotter, obituaries, and more. It's DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton, talking about living up to the company's tagline of connecting people.
Whether it's on our AM, our FM, our video, our social media, our camera, that we got here in studio, it's all about local people and telling those local stories. We're really excited to be doing that. We're excited to be adding some new components to this.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in August 2025 and looks forward to serving DeWitt County and Central Illinois for years to come.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW, AM, FM, and streamed online.
It's the quiet moments you count on. A call that connects instantly, a show that never buffers, a home that just works. That's the difference with Connexus Fiber Internet. We built a buried fiber network designed for consistency, earning us the title of top-rated fiber internet provider in Illinois. With plans starting as low as $25 a month and 3-year price lock options, it's reliability you can feel without the unpredictability. Because with Connexus, connection means everything. Experience better at Connexus.com. Nothing Connexus like Connexus.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online 24 hours a day.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Munetaka Murakami homered twice and drove in a season-high 6 runs. Miguel Vargas, Chase Maydroth, and Junior Perez also went deep as the Chicago White Sox beat the Houston Astros 12-3 on Sunday to avoid a series sweep.
It had been 13 games played since Munetaka Murakami's last home run Sunday afternoon, with the Sox trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Astros. Mune did not waste any time celebrating his bobblehead day in style.
Swing and a fly ball the other way. Deep left, and she's gone on his bobblehead day. And Murakami launches out into deep right. He's hit 2 today. Have a day.
The Sox salvaged the series with a 12-3 win in the finale. Yankees come to town for 4 starting Monday night. I'm Jeff Meller, and I'll have your pregame coverage starting at 6 p.m. on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Here the kickoff of the Sox 4-game series with the New York Yankees tonight on WHOW. Pregame starts at 6 p.m. Ryan O'Hearn hit a grand slam, and the Pittsburgh Pirates held off the Chicago Cubs 8-7 on Sunday to avoid being swept in a 3-game series. The Cubs nearly erased a 6-run deficit. Seiya Suzuki hit a 2-run homer with 1 out in the 9th inning to make it a 1-run game, but Mason Montgomery held on for his 2nd save. O'Hearn's blast to center field in the 3rd inning extended the Pirates' lead to 7-1. That came an inning after a pair of rookies homered, with Esmeralyn Valdez hitting a leadoff shot and Sean Ross hitting a 2-run blast for his first career home run. Valdez has 14 home runs in just 37 games. Ross, a catcher, was making his first career start after being called up from AAA Indianapolis on Friday. All 3 home runs came off Jamison Talon, who is 2-6 and has given up 25 long balls in just 76 innings this season. Talon lasted 4 innings and was charged with 7 runs on 6 hits and is winless in his last 9 starts. Braxton Ashcraft is 10-4 and pitched 6 innings and allowed 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks while striking out 5. Brandon Lowe had 3 of the Pirates' 11 hits, while Valdez and Nick Gonzalez each had 2. The Cubs got 2 hits apiece from Michael Bush, Nico Horner, rookie Pedro Ramirez, and Dansby Swanson. The Cubs open a 4-game series in St. Louis on Monday night with lefty David Peterson, who is 5-7 with a 5.97 ERA, getting the start. Pirates right-hander Mitch Keller is 6-7 with a 4.9 ERA and pitches against Diamondbacks right-hander Merrill Kelly, who is 8-8 with a 5.12 ERA on Monday night in the opener of a 3-game home series. Saul Stewart drove in the go-ahead run with a pinch hit single in the 10th inning, and the Cincinnati Reds beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-3 on Sunday. The victory capped a 6-3 road trip for Cincinnati coming out of the All-Star break. Since the break, the Reds, in last place in the NL Central, have won 2 of 3 against Colorado, Seattle, and St. Louis. Stewart's line drive to right field against Matt Swanson, who is 2-3, scored automatic runner Tyler Stephenson, and pushed Cincinnati to its 3rd straight road series win for the first time since 2023. After Eugenio Suarez was intentionally walked to load the bases with 2 outs, Nathaniel Lowe extended the lead with a 2-run single to left. Ellie De La Cruz and Ke'Bryan Hayes hit solo home runs for Cincinnati. Red second baseman Spencer Steer left the game with right wrist pain after fouling a pitch off the end of his bat in the 5th inning. The team said Steer would have imaging done and see a hand specialist on Monday. Ivan Herrera hit a solo homer, and Alec Burleson had 3 hits, a run scored, and an RBI as St. Louis lost for the 7th time in 10 games. Brock Burke is 4-4 and got Lars Nootbaar to foul out with the bases loaded in the 8th, then pitched a spotless 9th for the Reds. Rookie Julian Garcia earned his first career save after allowing the automatic runner to score on Burleson's 10th inning RBI single. Cardinals starter Kyle Leahy recorded a career-high 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, allowing 1 walk and 6 hits, including the solo homers by De La Cruz and Hayes. Andrew Abbott of the Reds also lasted 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. He had 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. Reds right-hander Chase Burns is 12-1 with a 2.42 ERA and is set to start against Cleveland right-hander Slade Kachoni, who is 4-7 with a 4.6 ERA in Cincinnati on Monday night. The Cardinals have not announced a starter for their Monday night series opener against the Cubs and lefty David Peterson. In scores from around the MLB on Sunday, the Tampa Bay Rays blanked the Cleveland Guardians 1-0, while the Washington Nationals beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 10-7. The Atlanta Braves took down the Baltimore Orioles 3-2 in 11 innings, while the Boston Red Sox beat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-1. The Kansas City Royals took down the Detroit Tigers 5-4, while the New York Mets beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 8-3. The San Diego Padres took down the Miami Marlins 5-3, while the Minnesota Twins beat the Athletics 11-8. The Milwaukee Brewers routed the Colorado Rockies 11-2, while the Seattle Mariners beat the Texas Rangers 6-4. The Los Angeles Angels beat the San Francisco Giants 4-3, and the Philadelphia Phillies took down the New York Yankees 11-4. Get highlights of your local high school program by finding IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platforms, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's Hart Media Group owner Matt Hart talking about being in front of our audience on multiple platforms.
This what we call the second screen, right? It's the phone, because now we don't watch television one screen at a time. We're constantly watching two screens. You might be watching the University of Illinois football game on Saturday on your big screen, but you got your phone there. And when a commercial comes on or a timeout comes on, you're watching that second screen. And we want to make sure that we're positioned to be on the second screen, whether it's social media, we want to be there.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in Clinton in August of 2025.
From pickups to family vehicles, trust the experts at Walker Tire in Clinton, featuring quality